and welcome to another video at SSBB Project. Today we continue the work on the Audi A3, and what we're going to be doing is the front bumper. Cannot find a replacement for decent money, and as the damage isn't too bad, we're going to end up repairing it ourselves. Let's go. Right, so this is the damage on the bumper. As you can see, it is just this corner here that was damaged, which was pierced by the reinforcer bar. And I've already tried a little bit off camera a few days ago, so what I'm going to end up doing, applying some heat, pushing this out. I bought some mesh. I'm going to use my soldering iron, straighten it all out, sand it all down, filler. I've got some epoxy filler, then use some normal filler, and then I've bought some matching paint, and I'm going to try my best to blend the paint in. So more content for the channel, cheaper for me to fix, and it's not a brand new car, so I'm not going to expect top-notch results. Right, so what I'm going to be doing is using the heat gun, which I've got here, push all this out as best as possible. From behind, then I bought this piece of mesh, only £2.50, pretty cheap. Put it on the back, cut it all to shape just to reinforce it, and then use the soldering iron to melt the plastic around the mesh, and then any imperfections, fill it all in, sand it, primer and paint, and then lacquer as well. So let's start. Right, just a bit of an update on this. So I've managed to put the mesh in, if the camera will focus, and that's what it looks like underneath, but I will flip it over in a second. I've been using a solder, as you can see, and just melting the plastic all the way around to reinforce it. So it's got all of its strength now. Now to tidy up. That's what it looks like now. Recycle down, you sand it down, and right, so we've got some fiberglass filler here. Mix it very well, and I'm going to start laying it on the bumper, let it set, sand it, keep doing it till we get a smooth and nice surface, some primer, and then it should be ready for the top coat. So I will show you in a bit what it's going to look like. Right, so that's the fiberglass on. Very rough. Allow that to dry. What I will do is just apply a bit of heat using the heat gun on a low speed, just to speed up the process, because time is money. But it's looking good so far. Right, so while we're waiting for the fiberglass to dry, what I'm going to repair is the bracket that supports the headlight. As you can see, slightly cracked here, so I'm going to use some mesh, get it all reinforced, get it nice and tidy. This metal bracket here, I'll buy a new one because it's too much work and to get it perfect. Right, so once again, just using a solder and a little bit of mesh and melting the plastic through the mesh to reinforce the repair, and I guarantee this bracket will now be stronger here than in any other place. Right, so that's it repaired now. As you can see, the mesh is there, and I've done a quick repair on that tab there as well. So now it's good enough to support the headlight. Right, so I've done a quick 2 coats now of some fiberglass filler. Started sanding already, just going to get all the imperfections out, make it as smooth as possible, wipe it all down, and then we'll just get some normal filler and do a couple of coats that way. That's good, man. So we have done the first lot of filler and sanding, and that's what it's looking right now. What we're going to do now is get a quick mist coat of some primer just to see where the imperfections are, and keep going that way. Right, so now we have masked everything off. I have done a quick sand as well. I'm going to lay the first coat of primer, and that will show us any imperfections. Just keep sanding it down, some wet and dry after, until it's a nice smooth surface, and then we should be ready for the first base coat of matching black. And that's the first bit of primer done. Not sure how well you can see, the lighting isn't the best here, so we shall let that dry. Give it a quick smooth sand. I've got some fine sandpaper, see what imperfections there is, and just keep applying the coats till we get a nice smooth finish. But as you can see, the bumper looks a lot better now than what it did when we started earlier on today.